If your balance feels off, your walking feels slower, or you're dealing with joint pain that just won't go away, it might not be your age. It could be weak hips. And here's the surprising part. Even if you're staying active, going for walks, or exercising regularly, weak hips can quietly cause balance problems, walking issues, and even knee or lower back pain. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful ways weak hips affect your balance, walking, and joint health. And more importantly, what you can start doing today to fix it and move with confidence again. Most people think balance problems come from their feet, or maybe their knees. But the truth is, your hips are the control center for your entire lower body. Your hip muscles are responsible for stabilizing your body when you stand, controlling your movement when you walk, and protecting your joints from unnecessary stress. They also act like shock absorbers. Every step you take sends force through your body, and strong hips help distribute that force properly. Weak hips allow that stress to shift into your knees, lower back, and even your ankles. As we age, muscle weakness and loss of hip strength becomes one of the biggest hidden causes of poor balance, unsteady walking, increased fall risk, and joint pain in the knees and lower back. And if you don't address hip weakness early, these problems tend to compound over time. What starts as a small imbalance can slowly turn into noticeable instability, discomfort, and hesitation with everyday movement. 1. Weak hips. Destroy your balance. If you've ever felt a little unsteady, especially when standing on one leg, stepping over something, or turning quickly, that's often a hip stability issue. Your hips are what keep your pelvis level and your body upright. When your hip muscles are weak, your body sways more, your balance becomes unpredictable, and your risk of falling increases significantly. You might notice subtle signs like grabbing onto furniture more often, feeling uneasy on uneven ground, or needing extra time to steady yourself. This is one of the biggest reasons why balance declines with age. It's not just about coordination, it's about hip strength and stability. Strong hips support better balance. Weak hips increase your fall risk. 2. Weak hips. Change how you walk. If your walking feels different, slower, or less stable, weak hips could be the reason. When your hips aren't strong enough, your stride becomes shorter, your steps feel heavier, and your walking becomes less efficient. You may even notice a slight side-to-side sway. That's your body trying to compensate for a lack of hip stability. Some people describe this as feeling like they're waddling or not walking as smoothly as they used to. Over time, this leads to walking problems in seniors, increased fatigue, and less confidence when moving. And this is where many people begin to move less, which only accelerates the problem. Less movement leads to more muscle weakness, which leads to even worse walking patterns. It becomes a cycle that's important to break early. 3. Weak hips lead to knee pain. This one surprises a lot of people. If you have knee pain, the problem might not actually be your knees. It could be your hips. Your hips control the alignment of your legs from the top down. When your hips are weak, your knees tend to collapse inward, your joints take on extra stress, and your movement becomes inefficient. You may notice discomfort when going upstairs, getting up from a chair, or after longer walks. This added strain is one of the most common causes of joint pain in the knees. So instead of only treating the knee, you need to address the root cause, hip weakness. When you strengthen your hips, you often take pressure off your knees almost immediately. 4. Weak hips. Contribute to lower back pain. If you deal with lower back pain, your hips may be part of the problem. Your hips and lower back are closely connected, and they work together every time you move. When your hips lack strength and mobility, your lower back compensates, your posture breaks down, and your spine absorbs more stress. This often leads to tightness, discomfort, and chronic lower back pain. You might feel stiffness when standing up, discomfort after sitting too long, or tension that never quite goes away. Improving hip strength and mobility can take pressure off your spine, improve posture, and restore more natural movement patterns. Before we go further, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We post new senior strategy videos every week to help you stay active, strong, and independent for life. 5. Weak hips. Increase your risk of falls. This is the most important one. Weak hips are directly linked to increased fall risk in seniors, loss of independence, and reduced confidence in daily movement. When your hips are strong, you can catch yourself if you trip, react quickly to changes in balance, and feel more stable in everyday life. But when your hips are weak, reaction time slows, stability decreases, and falls become more likely. And this is where everything changes, because falls are one of the biggest threats to long-term independence. Even one fall can lead to a loss of confidence, reduced activity, and a downward spiral in overall health. That's why improving hip strength isn't just about exercise, it's about protecting your future. Quick question for you. Have you noticed any of these signs? Feeling unsteady when walking, knee or lower back pain, or less confidence in your balance? Or maybe you've caught yourself being more cautious than you used to be? If so, your hips may already be weakening. But the good news is this is something you can absolutely improve at any age. How to fix weak hips. The goal isn't complicated. You want to strengthen your hips, improve stability, and restore functional movement. Start by strengthening your hip muscles with simple movements like glute bridges, side leg raises, and seated marches. These help rebuild hip strength and stability safely without putting excess stress on your joints. Focus on slow, controlled movements. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency and proper activation. Next, improve your daily mobility with movements like hip circles, gentle stretching, and a consistent mobility routine. This reduces stiffness in the hips and helps your body move more freely throughout the day. Even just a few minutes of daily mobility work can make a noticeable difference over time. And finally, practice balance exercises. Even simple movements like standing on one leg, heel-to-toe walking, or controlled step patterns can significantly improve walking stability and confidence. These exercises retrain your nervous system and help your body respond better to changes in movement and position. Closing. Here's the key takeaway. Weak hips don't just affect one thing. They affect everything. Your balance, your walking, your joint health, your confidence. But the good news is this. You can improve all of it by focusing on your hips. Small daily improvements in hip strength can lead to better balance, stronger and more stable walking, less joint pain, and more independence. And the sooner you start, the faster you'll begin to feel the difference. If you want to stay active, strong, and independent as you age, start with your hips. And if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe. We break down simple, science-based strategies every week to help you move better, feel better, and live stronger. Let me know in the comments. Which of these have you noticed most? Balance issues, walking changes, or joint pain? I'd love to hear what you're experiencing.